Welcome to Hardik Talks. This is where we talk about topics such as student life, new grads, and businesses. Today's guest is one of a good friend of mine. This guy came to Canada as an international student, like many of us do, and now he is not only a part of highly reputed university, but a successful freelancer for the last 3 years. Please welcome Kunal Trivedi.
Thanks for having me today, Heidi.
So, Kunal, quickly going to a couple of main topics today. Uh, what we will go through would be a couple of questions regarding freelancing and what all could help this community of people. And it will be then followed up by a quick fire session to pick your brain. All right.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, beginning with the first one. Um, what does a freelancer do when they need to market themselves? Like, where did you start and how is it going then?
So when I started freelancing, I didn't have any work experience or anything like that. So I started with having a good portfolio. Made some simple applications which from start to finish, so people can see that I can make something which user can use it, and I hosted it on website so that it's live and everyone can access it. And then another thing was doing some networking. So I talked with my friends and other businesses that I am doing
Right.
freelancing. So that those were the main things I did when starting out, and that helped me a lot. I
Okay.
can recommend having a personal good portfolio.
All right. So, what I'm hearing is a good portfolio is a must. Uh, and this is, I think it is an integral part not only for somebody in a developer position like you, it's even more critical when it comes to a creative profession such as mine, which is marketing communications. One has to uh, create a portfolio of what they can do, and this is, as you mentioned earlier, it's especially helpful since you didn't start with a whole lot of experience. So one thing that you mentioned earlier, that you hosted your portfolio on a website.
Yeah.
Like, did you create that website yourself? Do you use one of the pre-existing templates on platforms such as Squarespace or WordPress, anything like that?
No, I created it myself, but using those templates is good too, because some people are just doing backend, they don't have good designing skills. So it doesn't really matter if you are not a front end developer. Although if you are mainly focusing on design side, then I recommend designing it yourself.
All right. Yeah. So it's completely fine if somebody just uses a template on WordPress or Squarespace. Do you have any preference
Yeah.
on any of these platforms?
Squarespace space is a pretty good one, and then any of the portfolio themes from Theme Forest or even WordPress works as well.
That's great to know. That's really informative data that we are getting from you. Okay, so now jumping on to the next question. What kind of services would have helped a freelancer when it comes to selling their own service? So, let's say for your current business, you want to sell your developing, like website developing services. What
Mhm.
facilitates that?
So first client is always the hardest because you don't have anything to show, and they need to see your past work that you can do it. So I started applying through Upwork first, on all the job applications that I could do, and then after a month or so of applying, I got one call from another country who wanted a website, more like mobile applications, and that was mostly backend work. So that was my first thing, and after that I started posting everywhere else. So other things I recommend is Reddit subreddit called r/for hire. That's a pretty good one. Then word of mouth gets pretty big as well. You should like tell all the businesses that you meet, or even people you meet somewhere, that I can do these things. Another things I recommend is maybe before meeting anyone, you should check their website. If it's not up to date, you can ask them that
Uh, that's that's some really interesting topics that I would like to ask questions on one after the other, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah.
All right. So I really liked where you mentioned like networking in a different manner, like see
Mhm.
what those businesses already have and then directly go and talk to them. Not a whole lot of people do that, right? Like
Yeah,
most of the people just try to go onto a website like pretty much where you started as well, like Upwork, freelancer.com, then Fiverr, platforms like these, which
yeah.
I assume could be a really good way to get into it. But then the word of mouth in networking gets a better share, isn't it?
Exactly. So what I like to think of it, like lots of people think that what am I getting from them, but I like to think of it that way, that how can I help them? So that's you are doing a good thing, and that also gets you to a business.
That's pretty interesting as well. Uh, the other thing I wanted to ask you, like, we already talked a little bit into how you approach a client, but have you ever tried advertising yourself, like Google search and things like that?
I did in small amount. I posted some things on Instagram marketing. I also did posted my agency application on my local city through Kijiji.
Mm-hmm.
And Kijiji, I was getting some response from that. Some people were asking me. It didn't get me too far, but if I would have spent some amount there to show my ad on top and things like that, then I think that would have worked too. But I didn't
That
have enough manpower back then, so I didn't do it much.
okay, so that is really interesting as well. Like, um, although you didn't, so could we say that although you didn't get a gig out of, like boosting your posts on Kijiji and Instagram, but you still got a whole lot of awareness in the market doing those?
Yeah, definitely. And if you,
Okay.
yeah, it's one of the good thing. And even if you are posting it in your same city or somewhere closer, then you can go directly and meet the client as well. So it's also a good thing for client because they know where to find you. So it's easier to trust you.
All right. Yeah, man, that's really great info. Like, if somebody wants to start a small business in, let's say, Kitchener Waterloo, where we are right now, they can just go onto Instagram and select a area, a postal code, and directly just boost their post over there,
Exactly.
and probably get some good responses out of it, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's super great. Coming to our next question, what does your workflow look like once you get a project on your hand? This would give us more understanding in
Right.
like people who are just starting out, right?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and my workflow has changed quite a bit, quite a lot since 3 years. I would say that when I started, I would just go right ahead and jump to programming part because that's what the most exciting part is. I would just
That's
meet the client. Yeah, sorry.
isn't that like the thing that most of us do when we start, like we directly just jump into it,
Exactly.
don't really plan ahead, right?
Exactly. And I learned it hard way that what you are thinking and what your client is thinking or what he's looking at is totally different thing because you are looking at from developer perspective, you know where to find it because you developed that application.
Hmm.
But the client or different age group is looking at it through different way. So what I
Yeah,
recommend is asking as many questions as possible to the client when starting.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And like, would
And
you like, from what I'm hearing, one of the main things that you should do is document pretty much everything that you talk with your client. Like,
exactly.
what are their expectations? What is the timeline that they want the project to be delivered, and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly. So yeah, that's the thing. I like to ask as many questions as possible before starting it, and then I like to do some pen and paper designing of the application, maybe workflow and things like that, how each page works. And then from there, I like to divide them in small chunks and start it from the smallest part and the most important part. Maybe it could be authentication part or basic navigation. And then I like to keep meetings every 2 weeks or so that I am showing the client that the progress of the application.
Yeah,
And
that's great. Like you keep, like the client in the know, so none of the parties involved have any conflicts at a later stage. Like, hey,
exactly,
I just didn't knew what was happening, right?
exactly. So you don't have to do much rework either.
Yeah, like that's some real gold coming out of this conversation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem.
okay, jumping to our last couple of minutes to the quick fire. So I would ask you a couple of questions and you would most probably answer to them in a single word. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Coming to our first one, hard work or smart work?
Smart work.
All right. One productivity app or a software that you would recommend others?
Notion.
And Notion is a
Note taking software, but
all
it
right.
has lots of other features for project development.
Great. Thank you. One learning resource for a new developer?
Udemy, but it has to be a good course with good
All right.
reviews and everything.
All right. So use your head while picking up a course.
Exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last one learning resource for a creative person?
Pluralsight. It used to be digital tutors, I think, but Pluralsight acquired them, and they have some of the great ones for creatives.
Yeah, I do remember you recommending this to me when I wanted to learn Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
And this is a really great website, I must say. I took one of the courses and it was really in depth. So that was super good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit expensive, side, but it's good.
Yeah,
It's
but
pretty good.
and the good thing about these websites is that generally you can find courses which are on sale or a promotion like that, which could bring down the costs. And if you are really into learning something,
Yeah,
from
exactly.
ground up, then they are really helpful, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Kunal, for joining us today and sharing this valuable information with us. And also, thank you to all of our audience for joining in.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, man, great talking to you. Coming back to our audience, you can find Kunal on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/KunalHD. That is KUNALHD. And you can also find him on Instagram at KunalHD. Again, it's the same KUNALHD. And now coming to myself, you can find me on LinkedIn on linkedin.com/in/Khatri Hardik, which is KHATRIHARDIK. Thanks for joining us today and have a great day.